If your heartbeat is getting faster and your breath is getting shorter and quicker and you find yourself going into a panic, then it's very likely that you're in the middle of a panic attack or you're just about to have one. And I know exactly what this feels like because I've experienced this myself. It's a horrible feeling. You think you're going to die and you might have even gone to the hospital. In this video, I'm going to give you two very straightforward tips that you can do to stop a panic attack from happening and to get to the root cause of what is actually causing the panic attack in the first place. Welcome to my channel. My name's Dan and I help people recover from anxiety to get rid of all of the horrible symptoms forever. So the first thing you got to realize is that a panic attack is you going into a state of fight or flight. Being worried and scared and seeing danger is really normal. In fact, it's actually vital for our survival because it keeps us alive and it keeps us away from danger. The point where it becomes unhealthy is where it starts to overpower you. It starts to just take over every aspect of your life to the point where you're seeing danger absolutely everywhere where there is no danger. I don't want you to live like that. I didn't want to live like that when I was going through it as well. And every day I'm helping people get through this. So what are two things that you can do right now? So healing is twofold. The first thing is that you've got to learn how to respond to your symptoms. The second thing that you can do is to get to the root cause of what's actually causing the panic attacks in the first place. Because if all you do is coping techniques to cope with the symptoms, then all you're ever going to do is do coping techniques. Unless you get to the root cause of what's actually going on and stop them at their source, this could go on for a lot longer than what it needs to. So I actually experienced this when I was helping someone very recently where they were on the verge of having a panic attack and it pretty much literally came out of nowhere. We were just sort of talking and then all of a sudden they started, sort of crying and breathing really heavily, and I knew that they were having a panic attack. And the thing with a panic attack, right, is that you very quickly become hyperventilated. So there's not enough oxygen and there's too much carbon dioxide going around your body, which can just make you feel a lot worse. So what you've got to do is bring yourself to a state of calmness. And how you can do that is through boxed breathing. The thing which isn't working for you right now is that you might stop at boxed breathing and not actually go on to look at what's causing the panic attacks in the first place. Once you've done that, once you've calmed down a little bit, then you can remind yourself of, oh, that was just me on the verge of having a panic attack. I'm not dying, the world isn't ending. And right now I still feel quite shaken up, but that's okay. I'm just gonna be here. I'm just gonna be shaken up right now. I'm just gonna let myself sit with this feeling and I'm just gonna get on with whatever it is that I'm doing. And so point number two is to get to the root of actually what's going on here. From my experience, I've helped a lot of people with anxiety get through this and recover. And what I find is that the problem that you think you're having is never the actual problem in itself. And the reason that might not be the actual root cause of what's going on here is because how a panic attack is like a symptom of anxiety, this thing that you think is the problem is just like a symptom of a deeper issue, which is actually going on. So it's like a spider web of thoughts, and all these thoughts which you think are going on, which are the problem right here, but you've got to get down to the center to see what's actually causing these thoughts. And so, for example, with, say, a fear of flying, are you actually scared of flying? Or could it actually be that when you look at it a bit closer, you're actually scared of not being able to predict the future and having no control? And this is really important to get to the root cause, because if you look at how to make yourself feel better while you're flying, sure, that might give you some short-term benefit, but it's not actually getting to the deeper issue, which is you feeling like you have control in your life. And so nothing's actually really going to get fixed until you fix those issues. And once you do start to look at those issues, then the fear of flying is just going to evaporate by itself because you're actually fixing the root cause of what's going on. And if there's no fear of flying, then there's no panic attacks, there's no anxiety. And that's what healing is all about. If you need help with your anxiety, then reach out to me, because you don't have to go through this alone, and it's okay to get help. It's going to make it easier and it's going to make it quicker for you. You can find a link to that in the description and also a pinned comment. I'd really love to have a chat with you. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.